So we're cleaning out the garage. Heidi wanted me to put something in my truck, and I hate when she's got everything behind, or whatever I put behind the seat. Oh, she wanted to put a snow brush. I said, I ain't putting no snow brush. It's summer. I'll get it out of the garage when I need it. And then I told her, I said, every time you put the seat forward in the truck, all the stuff that I have behind the seat falls forward. Then when I get in it, I got to put the seat forward. I got an armrest in there. I got to stack everything back up, and then I put the seat back. So I got a solution for her short butt. There she goes. She don't have to move the seat anymore.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream. You know it's going to be a great day whenever you get shit on by a bird immediately. Look at that. Right there. I cannot believe it. Alright, let me go change my clothes. I was just going to update you about what we did. Little does the bird know how many of these shirts I've got, as long as it stays warm. We'll go talk to Heidi in a second. I guess I should have known because the car's got crap on it already too. It's earlier in the morning, so we're not going to break out any machinery and make a bunch of noise yet. I've got some other stuff I need to do, reviews, quite honestly. Let's show you what we've done so far. Our son came out here, was helping us quite a bit with the wood. Yeah, that's what I wanted to show. And so was Heidi.
I was just watching.
Well, I don't know about that. So most of the wood that was over there we got taken care of. I ran the mower through here real quick, and then we got rid of the pile that is on this. You know, I still haven't figured out what they were trying to do there, but first of all, it's a beautiful day today.
Yeah.
It's 8:49 and I don't even have a chill. I mean, it's a little tiny just because of the wind, but man, has it been nice. Yesterday was 83. Yeah. Today's going to be in the 80s.
And it was breezy, so it wasn't super hot out.
We have to fix the step back there because there's a patio area, I guess you could call it. There's some big concrete blocks or bricks, but there's a dirt mound. They put dirt over it. I don't know I guess to make a ramp. I don't know why. So anyways, the block, we're going to end up trying to call somebody and just ask if they want free wood. You can see all that wood over there too. And then free cinder blocks, which we don't think that's going to be the case. And if we have to pay for somebody to remove it, then we're going to have them take all this crap too, and all that crap over there. I think Heidi contacted animal control about our 7 raccoons that we have here.
Somebody's supposed to be calling.
Last night I checked the cameras. We had 2 cats in our yard. And you know what? I care less if the cat's in the yard catching whatever. What I don't like is when they like sit up on the handrail on our porch, where our grandson was literally on the video the other day. Whenever I was showing Heidi mowing the yard, he was up there playing with his cars, and he was up there himself. He got up there with it like his forearms and was leaning over the edge. Well, then I see a cat up there sitting with its dirty butt. Not only that, but we've more than once on camera had the cat spraying our cars. So we'll have to address that maybe one day. So and I'm sure there'll be comments about, oh, the cats take care of the rodents or whatever. You know what's funny about that? No. You know what I do see them do? Try to kill the birds. I think they actually got one. And secondly, the only rodents that I ever seen killed here was ones that I caught in traps. So they're not doing a good job of that.
They're just lurking around.
They're just hanging out.
I watch them on videos. Like they're not doing not doing nothing.
They're being cats.
Yeah.
So anyways, getting back to this here needs all put through the chipper shredder, and that too, and then that's it. We're finished with the chipper shredder action until maybe leaves fall, because it is.
Are you gonna wait until
Yeah, I mean, once the leaves fall, we can vacuum with that. Heidi's hair's out of control. Heidi got a call from her future boss here. When was that?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. And guess what he told her? He says, I need to pay you more money. He says, so I'm going to pay you more money because I want you to come back and be happy. So everybody who said that, including myself, we knew that it'd probably be a good idea that she went back to working where she did before, because my argument was it was the easiest way for her to get the most money just right out the gate. But it's not permanent. Just like this house isn't permanent. I know a lot of this stuff that we're doing, you guys are like, I don't know, man, you look like you're doing a lot of work and for something. We don't know what's going to happen. All we're going to do is make the house comfortable and make it to where we feel good about it. Back here in the backyard, it's cleaning it up. Heidi's been trying to get rid of the poison ivy, which we even have more. She just found out. She didn't know there was poison ivy back there in that corner, which that's where I got my poison ivy at. When I trimmed all these trees, just imagine all this stuff was low, including on here too. So I trimmed as far as I could reach all the way up. Well, that got me standing in the poison ivy. Not only that, but when the branches fell down and I drug them out and was restacking them, I got poison ivy that way. So we're just trying to make this where we feel comfortable about the yard. I think we're getting close. Like I said, we have to get rid of all this brick, concrete disaster. So what I think we're going to end up doing is taking out all the pieces that are above grade as much as we can, and then over there, that's going to be a handful. Taking all those pieces out and then just covering it with dirt, just covering it all with topsoil or something to make it to where it's more sensible. But quite honestly, I don't like that then the fence will be below the dirt line. I mean, it don't make any sense to me. So we've got to do something. I just don't know. I mean, this needs like a mini excavator to pull all this concrete out. You have no idea how big some of these pieces of concrete are. They're huge pieces of like either basement, driveway, or road that's over there. I mean, I can move them, but I could just flip them out and that's about it. But it's looking better. It's definitely looking better. We're getting there. And of course, all this needs cleaned up. And of course, this brick. Oh, you tore up some good.
Yeah, I wanted to see what was underneath.
That, probably nothing. I knew there was nothing, but I'll tell you what, doing the chipper shredder, gotta be careful. That thing come flying back out of the chipper shredder.
It looks like something that you was messing with.
Yeah, I just threw it in there and it didn't like it. So yeah, we want to pull all these blocks out, and these blocks are going to this back fence. Underneath the fence line, the gate, so I can drive in and out with the zero turn a little bit easier. So that's what's going on there. In the meantime, I got a review I need to do. Oh, and we need to trim all that.
Yeah.
That's real easy. It's just a Sawzall blade, and you just drag it along it, and it just cuts it. Yeah, I know. Well, we had to seal it off, and Heidi don't like the great stuff. I think the great stuff is great. But we also have to get a gutter maker out here. We got to get flashing around our roof and our siding where they tore all the flashing off. It's just crazy the stuff people do.
Stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid. The other thing is we don't have any vent. Oh, I wanted to show you something. I'll point it out to you guys and Heidi too. If you look above the window on the roof, so if you follow the edge of the window, this edge right here, and go straight up, see that hole that's before the in the soffit?
Yeah.
We'll go a little closer here. Oh, Heidi's got the dryer going. All right, see the hole in the soffit? Well, there's a hole in the roof. Then there's a hole in the soffit up there, and then there's a hole in the roof. I want you guys to tell me what you think that was for. Remember, this is an old house, an old neighborhood. Remember the way things used to be? That's right. They had themselves a fine TV antenna that went all the way up out the roof. It was mounted here and went straight up all the way alongside the house, all the way out the roof. That is funny. Water?
Yeah, I hear it.
Oh, I don't hear water dripping.
Oh, it's the flap
Oh yeah, it's the flap there. Ooh, looks like you got some
air.
lint sticking out there. Yeah, we already showed this. Bless you, Heidi. So Heidi was doing her salt brine special. We'll see how that works out.
I didn't do a whole bunch because of it being against the house, but I did it over there.
Oh,
It's bad over there.
I wanted to talk about this thing while it's off the top of my head.
What's that? All that water.
Who do we call? So somebody strung a phone cable from that side of the road over to here, and somebody strung the cable, the TV cable, from over there to over here, and now that cable's hanging so low. We had a truck that actually hit it the other day that backed into it. Luckily they then pulled forward, and it was just a box truck. Who do we call for that? Because we don't have cable, we don't have phone, so I can't call them and say, hey, you need to come out and take down your cable. I mean, they're not going to come out and do that. They're all about doing that work when there's service charges involved.
Hits that, it could pull it out.
No, it will definitely pull it out of the side of our house. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. So I don't know what to do about that. You guys tell me, because I'm not climbing up there, because actually the cable that is hanging the lowest is mounted the highest on the house above the power cable coming into the house.
Looks like a disaster.
Yeah. Yeah, well, those cables need disconnected on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you
keep your trees trimmed.
Trees.
Wow. You guys had to have heard that. That was a big limb.
That's why a lot of these trees need, like our neighbor, she needs to get her trees taken care of over there. That tree needs
this tree here is, I believe, our tree. Or it's right on the property line.
So is that little one there?
The little one for sure. That little one's definitely ours. Can't do nothing about that. But yeah, Heidi's right. I would love for this neighbor to, maybe we should contact and ask if she wants us to trim all those. The thing is on her side of the fence, there's just piles of like every time somebody trimmed trees, they just threw the stuff over there.
That might even be our property.
I don't think so. I looked at it and I don't think it is.
But anyway, that tree needs some attention. The big tree.
Oh yeah, that really big tree. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful tree.
It's going to cause some damage.
Yeah, it's too bad that it's not all cleared out. If I owned this property over there, I would pay for a tree company to come in and remove all those trees. It's so this big, huge, majestic tree would be the only thing that's there.
It needs trim though.
Oh yeah, but oh well.
It's huge.
That's not our tree.
Nope.
Even if we bought that property over there, it wouldn't be our tree. So we've got work to do here. This is our update on what's happening. I think I already showed, oh no, I'll show you guys what the edging that we did. I don't think that there's much to be seen out here. Did you go get Dunkin' today, Hyde?
No.
Wow, good for you.
I made my own coffee.
So, you guys already seen this driveway and the edging. Yesterday what we did was knock out the rest of the edging, and again, I don't even know if I showed this. I might have already. But I went ahead and did the edging all the way down the sidewalk on both sides with the edger and the curb, but we need to do more work by far. Get rid of all these weeds in the crack. of the sidewalk, and then around 11 today I'll get the pressure washer out, and I'm going to pressure wash our walkway going to our house and then the sidewalk. Then after we get done doing that, it's supposed to be sewer jetter time, which we got to go out to that drain and see where it goes. All right, we got work to do. Oh, it's the next day. How do you feel about today? Yeah, that's the way I feel about today. So the fire's all finished out. We're kind of just coming out here to survey how that turned out to be. Oh, good. Somebody's making some noise. I don't feel so bad. It's 9 o'clock, and I've been dragging my butt, wanting to go pressure wash. I want to pressure wash the sidewalk out front. Ooh, look at the fence. The fencing. No, I'm saying it's a little warped. Yeah, definitely warm inside here. Here, scruffle around.
Oh yeah.
Oh my, I can feel that. Well, that's good. So we're getting back to doing what we did yesterday, and that's burning some wood. But more importantly, I have to get this pressure washer work done while Heidi's here. And what I mean by Heidi here, before she goes back to work, for the reason that the next thing we're going to do is go in the basement with this pressure washer and pressure wash the entire basement floor, so that we can start with the painting process in the basement. And once we paint the basement, it's pretty much wait until it dries and then move everything in. That's why the garage is still cluttered up the way that it is, and our upstairs is cluttered up the way that it is. We have a lot of stuff that's supposed to go in the basement on shelves, on storage shelves, like anybody's basement, I guess, for that matter. And we haven't gotten to that point because of me kind of dragging along. So I got some extra hose. Harbor Freight had a sale on a hose to help. This is our this is our Flexzilla drinking water hose that we used on our RV all these years that we were on the road there, and it just wasn't long enough. Not only that, but we know that since we're going to be doing the pressure washer in the basement, that we needed to have some extra hose, because we can't obviously run a gas pressure washer in the basement. So what we'll do is run the hose through our new windows, the little screened areas. We'll go ahead and crank them out and pull the screen and just run the hose in that way. So that way we can do it. It is a little bit chillier than I thought. It's just the wind. It's the wind. It's going to be 81 today.
Yeah.
But it is
breezy yesterday.
Yeah.
It was nice.
All right. So what? Anyways, oh, look at this. They're just putting it in your face, Heidi.
Oh yeah.
It's like, look at us. Look at us. I gotta smell these. They're kind of unique. I don't know how to describe them. They're not real strong. But Heidi don't care for the rose bushes, so. All right. We're gonna do our thing. Gotta get the pressure washer out, put some gas in it, make sure the oil's okay, and then I'm gonna head out to the front walkway and start doing the job out there. And Heidi's just gonna fan some flames. Good morning, YouTube. Just think, one of these days I'll actually be able to come out and start doing updates normally, like I used to at the old house, where I'd walk out the porch and yeah. Oh, this garage is such a disaster. The backyard is becoming a disaster. So last night we went, oh, the weather's a little cooler today for sure. Wow. So I've started with what we were doing last night, but Heidi's car's gone. I don't know when you guys are watching this, but she is getting ready to start her job on Monday. and today is Thursday. So she wanted to go get her hair taken care of because she's going to be in the public eye, every day. I feel kind of strange about that because her and I for the last 3 years have been together every single day, all day long, with very few exceptions. So it's kind of odd that she's going back to work, but it's a good thing. It's funny because her new boss, her district manager, contacted her yesterday or the day before yesterday and told her that he's going to give her a couple more $1,000 a year than what they originally discussed. I mean, that's what happens when you're a really good worker, and a desirable person to have taking care of one of these stores. So that was kind of a different thought coming across. You usually don't hear that often. So last night, getting back to that, we had a great time. We picked a restaurant. When I say we, it was Heidi and I picked a restaurant to go out to eat, and the service was a lot slower than I expected. But the good news with that is it gave us extra time to hang out with the people that we went to dinner with, and that was Herbie and Mary. So hello guys, I don't know when you're watching this, but we had a great time. But there was some kind of a get together, and I don't know who the Adventure Bandits. I think Adventure Bandits, another YouTubers, they were having some sort of get together. Herbie and Mary brought their big Tiffin motorhome out. They were there, and then they came to West Branch. Now they had never been to West Branch before, and I'm glad that they did because I was thinking about it. And the last time that I can clearly recall that Heidi and I went to West Branch and stayed, and if you go back and watch that video, it was the very first time I took our travel trailer, our then new to us Rockwood 2604 WS travel trailer, on its maiden journey. So I come into the site, and it's a straight site. I mean, if you look, thank God I got that hitch. You look, the site is perpendicular to the road. I got it in, but the very first time I lined it up, I got it in perfect. As I got back quite a ways, about where it is now, I thought, oh yeah, I didn't get water. So I had to go ahead and pull back out, go down around this loop here, all the way up, and go to the dump station and get water. So then when I come back, the second time wasn't such a straight shot. And look at that. Isn't that crazy? Now, this part here is not mine. This one. Mine's that one up there. That's why the mud's over top of it. So it's not like people haven't been doing this often. Oh, look who's coming. It's Heidi in her little car. Thank God she's got a little car. She can just squeeze right in here. Say hi, Heidi.
Hello.
So now, as I'm backing up the second time, I'm getting kind of close here, and everything looks really good, and I'm moving extremely slow, very quiet. It's really quiet. There's no noise going on here at all. And as I'm backing up really slow, just barely creeping, I hear a crumbling sound.
Oh no.
And I'm like, what is that? So I stop, and I pull forward a little bit, and I come out, and there's absolutely not a single mark on the RV anywhere. However, I rubbed that little piece of bark that's right there because the tree leans in,
Oh my god.
and you can see how many people have been hitting it. So I just barely peeled back that little piece of bark, and it didn't even, I looked all over the RV and there's like not even a mark, nowhere. So
Well, I pull in here, or I'm driving down here, and I'm like, another YouTuber
is there?
videotaping. It was you.
Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. All right, so it gets better. Let's keep on going with the fun.
Oh,
So I go ahead and I get it lined up the way I want to, over up against the edge like we always do. And I get it all the way back to the curb to give us lots of room for Heidi's car so she can pull in. When I went back, it was a little bit too far back. I had to pull forward a little bit, and it leveled it out perfect from side to side. So anyways, I put the steps down, and I don't have the stabilizers down yet, but the truck is disconnected. It's turned off. And I go ahead and I step in the RV, and I'm like, all right, looks like there's some stuff moved around inside here. Let me go ahead and put out the slide. Do I need to do anything outside for the slide? And then I laughed at myself. And this is why. Here's the photo. Yeah. So this is our first RV with a slide. So I just backed this in like I have 1,000 times with the other RV. And guess what? If I back the RV all the way up, the slide can't come out because of the pedestal. I don't know, there's some funny anecdotes there as far as me learning, hey, I got a slide on my travel trailer now, not having enough room for it. So anyways, making this story way longer than it needs to be. We got invited by Herbie to come out and meet up with them out at West Branch. So we went out to West Branch. I'm glad we did. Again, it had been a long time since we've been there. 4 years or whatever that would be, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, 4 years. It's been 4 years or going on 4 years. And some of the loops where they were parked, I was telling Heidi as we were pulling in, I said, oh man, I said, he don't have full hookup. I don't know what, it seemed kind of odd that he don't, he's got this big motor coach and he don't have full hookup back here. And here those full hookup sites have been added since the last time we were there. So we're going to have to at some point get out there and do some camping and go through that park again, maybe in an off-season capacity, make it a little bit easier for us to go through and show you all the sites. But while we were there, a couple of other YouTubers, how do you ever say that? And their channel is En Route with Chuck and Cherie. So first time we met them, they came out. It was a great time. We all sat and talked and had a good little get together. I didn't realize that they were in Rootstown, Ohio. And if you guys remember, I told you I bought this truck out in Rootstown from the guy that had it prior to me. So it was kind of cool that I didn't know they were so close. Just a good time. Like I said, the service was longer, but it was great because we had people to talk to. Heidi and I would have been at wit's end if it was just her and I. So Heidi just pulled in. We'll have to see if she got her hair cut or not because we're waiting for animal control to catch some raccoons here.
Try to get my haircut.
Oh.
I'm going to do it after.
Oh, so leave the car out?
Check in and all that. It was like a 30-minute wait.
Yeah, I figured as much.
So I'm going to go in. I went to another place and their reviews say, oh yeah, every time, there's a couple of them. You walk in, they get, lady's like, well, there's only 3 of us here. And that's all she said. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Love that service. So I was giving them the lowdown on what we did last night.
Oh.
And then just looking at the yard. I've got to go behind the garage and mow. Okay, so we've got some, obviously you could see it's just like project after project after project going on.
Almost looks as bad as when we...
If you guys are in Northeast Ohio and you know somebody that takes concrete fill, or somebody that wants to come out and dig up our yard and get all this crap out of here, please do. If not, we've got to figure this out, and I don't see an easy solution to this. These concrete pieces are pretty big and pretty heavy, and I could see if there was 4 of them, I would load them. I would find a way to load them. There's a lot
4
more
times.
than that. Yeah, there's a lot of them. So, and of course the trees. Again, if you're in Northeast Ohio and you know somebody that needs some wood to burn and they don't mind cutting down some trees to do so, we've got that dead tree and this over here. And I'll tell you right now, that wood burns really well. It burns fast, it burns hot. But anyways, let us get back to work. I just thought I'd check in. Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to a Heidi-less house. That's kind of odd. You know, a lot of you guys watch our videos and, hey, there's a little bit of a rain. You probably don't really think much about Heidi and I when we're on video or when we're not on video. Sometimes I'm shooting video and she's busy. Sometimes not. Seems really, really odd. I mean, really odd. I don't know what to think about it, to tell you the truth. I don't know. It just seems strange that she's going to be gone on a daily basis. Now, I want to address something else, and I'm going to set you guys down for this. And that has to do with some of the comments we got. She doesn't necessarily have to go back to work. It's just with the extra stuff that we want to do with the house, we could do with money that's above and beyond what our budget brings in currently, or what my income brings in currently. And I say my income kind of loosely because Heidi is a large part of what I do. Like I just said, she does a lot of the comments. She does a lot of the social media stuff, as far as sending you guys notifications when our next video's out, replying to stuff, posting stuff on Facebook, or Instagram. A lot of times I don't do that. Definitely our patron page, she does all the updates on that. I very rarely do anything there. And she'll ask for information from me to be used. Like, hey, can you send me the link to this video or whatever? But for the most part, it's my income. This is what I do. It's a job. There's work involved. I know that a lot of people don't think that, and I don't know why that is. It's funny because they like, oh, it's all free. You get free money. All you do is post videos, and you get free merchandise because all you have to do is post videos. And yes, they're sending us stuff, but we are working for that. I mean, we are definitely doing work for that. That's not. I'm going to tell you right now. Let's talk about like electric bike reviews, for example. I've seen a ton of them. Just us making trips, breaking them down, and making trips to recycle the cardboard and the styrofoam. That alone is quite a bit of work. I mean, whenever you're doing a lot of these reviews, in addition to all the stuff that we bought for the home and have installed inside the home, and stuff that we've purchased for the home, lawnmowers, pressure washers, stuff like that. That requires a lot of work just to get rid of the cardboard. So yeah, I don't know why people have the tendency to think, and you know what, I don't want to be on that bandwagon of, oh, you guys are just haters. But I really believe that some of these people are like, I don't understand it. I have to get up in the morning and go work for somebody. So what they're doing is not work. Hey, it's an occupation. It's, I've got to do stuff to earn money. I have to go and do work. I have to sit at a desk today for probably 6 hours. And I know everybody's like, well, I go into a shop and I shovel coal for 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's what you chose to do. You don't have any kind of mental anguish about it. You probably put in your headphones, you go in, you're strong, you're staying in shape, you're having a good time, you're listening to music, you're getting off work, you're drinking beer, you're getting up the next morning, you're going back to work, you have insurance that's provided by the company, you have a retirement plan. I don't have a retirement plan. I don't have any kind of 401k or anything. That's all something I have to do externally. But to suggest that I need to step up and be the man of the house and go get a job so Heidi don't have to get a job. There's another side to that. Heidi's cardiologist, her heart doctor, has told her this lifestyle of you just being a leisure person, just hanging out, isn't a very good one for her health. She doesn't have that type of personality. She has to be moving all the time. She has to. I know that's hard to believe for some of you guys. I know that don't make any sense. Looks like the rain stopped. Yeah, it stopped. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense to a lot of people because, quite honestly, I'm not that type of person. I could kick back. I could do a movie marathon. I could watch movies for a few hours, eat popcorn, and be in my pajamas all day. And I mean, I could do that. I don't get to do that often. I haven't done that for 2 weeks. It seems like whenever I just try to sit and relax, I've always got something to do where I either have to get dressed or I'm sitting at the computer. I might be in my pajamas for the whole day, but I'm at the computer working. So I just kind of want to put that out there. But the problem is the people that are most likely that are seeing this video, you guys already know this stuff. Our subscribers, our viewers that watch us all the time. It's just whenever you have some people that come in and are random viewers and they immediately summarize your entire life of what you should be doing and how you should be living it based on a small clip. So that's all I got to say for that.
And that's all I have to say about that.
We got a hose reel the other day. It's funny because I remember we bought our hose reel at our house, our home that we had. We bought it at a yard sale for $2, and it needed a slight repair done to it, but it lasted for 10 years, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was 10 years. So it seems odd that we actually went out and bought one. This gate, I got to put another set of wheels like this on the outside. And again, get away, wasp. Then again, our thoughts are we're going to move this whole fence line anyways. Somebody said, hey, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, it is definitely the right thing to do. We want that fence line out here. The other thing is, luckily we're in a drought right now because our son's been parking over here to stay out of our way. And the yard is accommodating him. This is a little bit different than what we're used to in Ohio. And you can kind of see it out here. Let me go back here and show you. It is this is not a topsoil like we had at our old place. This is like a hard packed clay. Let me show you. That is like rock hard. You could see where the blade cut that whenever I use the edger. That's why we have such a water problem whenever it rains, because it doesn't soak in. It runs to an area and saturates an area, and it takes a long time for it to go away. Getting back to out here, luckily because it is a clay here, he's been parking on the lawn, but you can kind of see we need to stop that. I'll tell you what I would love to do is have gravel brought in or something, or maybe concrete or asphalt or filings or something to make this area stable. Problem is, again, our fence line is going to be probably right about here. I'm thinking it's going to be. So we'll have a 4x4 post, another 4x4 post here, a 4x4 post here, and then another one, well, maybe, yeah, right here. So maybe just back a little bit further, because I think we'll line it up with this one. So this won't be so much of a problem, as most of this will be inside the gate. And then at that point, so he doesn't block the driveway, we'll have to put the gravel out further. So that's where we got to figure it out. We got to figure out where we want this gravel at. And not only that, we may not have to put gravel at all out there, but he would have to come in and out of the gate every time he came home, if at that point in time we put gravel back here, so that when he gets inside the gate, he can just pull over to his parking area off to the side. Or in my case, which is probably best because you can see the truck leaks oil, I could probably park my truck off to the side and he could go in and out of the gate. Nonetheless, the gates need some attention. And again, this whole house is like this everywhere. That's the kind of concrete that I've been breaking up. There's rebarb in there. I have no, or I'm sorry, there is reinforcement steel in there. It's not rebarb. And I don't know what the deal is, but it looks like flooring. Looks like concrete flooring. So that's what this piece was over here. It looked just like the ones I just showed you outside the gate there. That's what this one was here. So getting back to what we were thinking, I told Heidi we were calling everybody and we're like, hey, somebody come and haul away concrete. Is there anybody that will haul concrete away from here? Well, the answer to that was no. We had one guy that said, yeah, we found a place that'll take it for free. I would think somebody might want it for fill, but apparently that's not the case. And I told Heidi, I said, well, the problem that we have is we need it to go away. We need to find a place to put it. Now our son, other than a few random blocks over there, 4 of them to be exact, and 2 of them up by the house, other than that, he has moved all the brick behind the garage, which I showed the other day. Oh, and a few bricks there. There's probably 3 or 4 there. So this has to go away. But we didn't know what to do. Now, I talked about what I think was going on here before, and I told her, and she agreed, that maybe we should just continue with that idea, but just do it the right way. And what that is we have places for this concrete to go, and it's exactly where it currently is at. So what we're doing is we're breaking this concrete, possibly see the indentation there where a big piece of concrete was, and when I broke it, it all collapsed. And there was another one underneath too. There's concrete. This is like 2 layers of this stuff, at least 2 layers. And then I've got these big pieces over here. You can see the steel mesh, whatever it is, and that's throughout. What we're going to do is bust this down to smaller, more manageable pieces to make them easier to use and make this more uniformed overall. Then we're going to bring in topsoil. We'll put in a fabric cloth over everything. We'll pin it down. We'll probably have to maybe elevate these rocks on the edge, put the fabric down, and then put the rocks back down again. And we'll continue to finish out what they were trying to do over here and make this some sort of a landscape island. I guess that'd be the best way to describe it. You can see my rig job back there. I'm trying to straighten out some fence post. We got a groundhog that's digging back there, and the fence posts weren't put up that nice anyways. So these pieces here need to be broken up. There's a couple of curbs here. I'm not sure what to do with that. No, that's not an ice cream cone. That's a dog chew toy. But what we'll do is we'll take all this concrete, those bricks over there, I'm going to bust all that up. We're going to try to make this smaller and more level, and then we're just going to bring in fill. We're just going to put dirt over all of this, because quite honestly, I don't think anybody cares that this is here. It's not really serving a purpose. It's not doing anything, as far as I can tell. I don't know what they were doing, but again, it's kind of one of those aha moments, because Heidi and I sitting there going, man, I don't know where to put all this concrete, and man, we've got to move so much. We've got to dig out so much concrete, and then we've got to find fill to, to take care of all this stuff that's in the lawn. And then it just like dawned on us, well, wait a minute. Why do we have to take it out at all? Who cares? I don't plan on coming back here and making this a garden that I'm going to be trying to till it and go, oh man, I hate that there's concrete here. So we'll break up all this concrete, we'll make it as small as possible, and then we'll put fill dirt in. We're going to get rid of all these things. These were some kind of poor attempt at making some sort of a landscape bed or something. I don't know. I have no idea. But we got to pull all these landscape ties out. There's some over here also. There's some concrete here I have to break up. Again, the jackhammer will take care of that. So bust this up, tear that landscape tie out. We still have this. This is all the wood that we have left that needs to be put through the chipper shredder. This stuff here should be burned. Same with this. We need to cut it a little bit smaller. We'll stack it. We can burn that. You can see the cages that we have floating around here. We're trying to catch that groundhog and get it out of here because it's doing some pretty destructive damage. This used to be a fence post, and I started, it was a clothesline at some point. It had to be. And this thing is, I was telling Heidi, I said, this was put in back in the day. All these guys that used to work at a shop, work at a steel mill, work, at some sort of a factory or a plant. It's one of those things where they, their wife says, oh, I wouldn't mind having a clothesline. And the husband says, oh, okay, well, I'll get a pipe from the shop. And they go in and they talk to their plumber buddies or pipe fitters or whoever it is, or go to the metal shop or the scrap shop, and they say, hey, listen, I need some kind of a thick-walled DOM or something. And they bring home some kind of industrial pipe, because this thing it's at least 3/16 inch wall. It might even be a little bit thicker than that, but it's about 3/16 wall. So I started cutting it with my cutoff tool, and it was heating up, and to the point where the tool was burning my hand. I took a sledge to it, but I did bust the concrete around that to get it away, because the mower caught it the other day. And when I say the mower, I mean the mower deck. The blades didn't hit it. That zero turn, the blades, when it hit that, it's way too low. It's just the ground's starting to get hard because of the kind of semi-drought we're in, and the mower was bouncing in a weird way, and it just caught the front of the deck. So I got to do that also. Oh, I want to show you the property line. I don't know if any of you guys are interested in this, but I kind of am. I never thought that the fence, I thought, why would they put the fence here? It's just like they stopped it at a weird spot. I think the fence line is pretty darn close to the original property line of this house and the one lot that this house was originally built on. And this is the way they used to do things back in the day, which is kind of funny. If you're to follow this fence line here and I go across, you can kind of see what the deal is. Is it to where this fence post is? I don't think so. I'll tell you where it's supposed to be at. Kicking a marshmallow there. Right where this pipe is. I believe this is the property line. I'll show you why. Let me show you over the fence. See how there's a fence post over there? And it's right at the back of the garage. And this is the kind of stuff they used to do. And the only reason I know that is because we saw another piece of property over in Niles, which isn't that far from here. I mean, we are really close to Niles. We found a house that we looked at, and the guy built a lean-to that went right up against the fence of his neighbor's property, and it was like his wood storage area, and it was really, really close. I told the realtor, I said, man, this guy, how could he do that? And he goes, that's just the way they built the houses back then. They built everything right on the line, on the property lines, or at least I should say the garages. We're going to get rid of this, or I don't even know what this is, but it's supposed to be some sort of flower thing or something. I don't know. That's the other thing down here. They ride four-wheelers on the street in the city. Now, you think, oh, you guys are on the edge of town. People are just outlaws. They're not doing... Listen, I'm telling you that downtown, they drive past the police station on mini bikes and on four-wheelers. No tags, no insurance, no helmets, nothing. They just drive down the road. I don't know what the story is there, but anyways, we want to get rid of this stuff here, and we still haven't figured out exactly what's going on in the backyard. Remember, we were going to take away the fort. Well, I took down the fence, and then I realized that we needed to get the trailer out of the garage, and last minute I said, well, we could probably park it underneath here and it'll protect it a little bit. So that's how that happened. But we're not sure exactly what to do here. Preferably what I would like to do, again, just because of us and potentially what's going to happen, I would like to see some sort of a deck off of here to fix this area. Heidi said something about doing a dry pour concrete. Again, we've been watching that on YouTube. Maybe we will. Maybe you guys will get to see that. So this will be some sort of a step up and be concrete. But I have a picture of my mind of, and you guys know I've already done this once at our old house, right? I have a picture in my mind of extending a drive area out this way a little bit. Now, of course, the deck, if we do some sort of a deck here, we'd have to be concerned about that. But what I'd like to be able to do is bring in an RV and have a place for it to park here. The bad part about that, which there's a few bad parts about it, is our view then to the back of the property would be hindered, and I like being able to see back there. So there's also talk, Heidi and I have talked about making a rough, heavy gravel driveway all the way out to the street that puts something in our backyard here to where we could just pull our RV in this way and through, or vice versa, pull in that way and come in and have it in here. There's a lot of money involved there. We don't know if we want to do all that because we're not planning on being here. Again, this isn't our forever home. We just have a tendency to fix everything that we can because it's the right thing to do. So that whole clip that I just showed you is all for you guys that enjoy seeing our project stuff. I don't necessarily like posting that. Oh, we did. This is only $130, this grill. I got tired of telling Heidi, or Heidi telling me, vice versa, hey, let's have burgers on the grill, or pork chops on the grill, or like salmon on the grill. And one of us have to come out, get the grill that we've been carrying around with us forever, that little Weber grill, which we love. It's perfect. But bringing it out, hooking up the propane, turning it on, you know the deal. I told her, I said, for $130 we could do this. We could just have one that we don't care about. We can leave out in the weather, and that's exactly what it is. So again, I'm not sure how interesting all this project stuff is. People find interest in it. We're going to continue to make improvements in the house. I have to put 2 more doors on the home. I have to put a storm door on the door over here. I should put a storm door on this door too, tell you the truth. Maybe I will. I don't know yet. But we also have to fix this. We have to fix the front steps, and I have to fix the yard and make it look nicer, and we've got to get rid of this wood. If we were back at the house that we used to live in, This is like one burn day. This is like put all this stuff in a big pile, pour my recycled oil, or my oil that I would take to recycling, pour that all over it to give it some sort of a accelerant, and then put all this big wood on top of it and just light it, and on a nice windy day. And just watch it all burn away. I mean, that's what we've done for years. So it seems odd that now we're trying to do it all through here, but it's nice to have a fire pit just for the fact of, limbs that fall during the storms, stuff like that. It's always nice to have a fire pit for that. Well, normally how I start off by going out the door and talking about the day. I didn't even make it out the door today. So underneath here is, because first thing you guys are looking at is, whoa, what's all that foam? Underneath here is just an old portion of brick wall. Well, actually the brick wall starts about where that cardboard is, tell you the truth. And the frame of the house is on block, concrete block there. Well, we have been smelling something for a long time since we got in here, and I know it has a lot to do with this rear porch. We have not got underneath and cleared out underneath this porch. So two things: I believe that animals have made their nest underneath this porch at one point in time, and you guys mess around with rat's nest and raccoon's nest, or raccoon's nest. Why do you say raccoon? Raccoon's nest. Just rodents in general. And you know what that kind of smells like. They like defecate and urinate not that far away, or whatever the case. And there is a vent that is down here. I don't know if you can see it, but there is a vent that I don't even know what that goes to. But the one thing that I have issue with is Heidi's, every time we open this door, she's like, oh, it's horrible. We're never going to be able to use this room. Well, the second thing is there's still remnants of carpet in the corners. Like there's some here and there's over there. I think the guy that lived here before, I think he put his dog back here whenever he would leave for, a day or whatever. And I think some of this wood may have, based on staining that I see, may have some urine embedded into it. All right. This area here has definitely held rodents at one point in time. It's very solid. I love working on this house because it's so solid. This piece of wood is just, anyways, it's just solid. I asked Buddy to try to lift the door that was here, the broken door that's sitting out there now by the fence. And he said, he goes, I don't even know if I could carry that out. And he didn't. I carried it out. I just wanted to show him how heavy it was. And that door had been replaced. All this framing and everything. This is a lot of original wood. So this is some serious hardwood here. The exterior door frame, or the door jamb, that was all some really nice hardwood. Now this is some sort of softwood here, this trim. I don't know when that might have been added, but I think that might have to come out. I'd like to salvage it, because all this, other than me prying on it here and smashing it, we can doctor that back up to make it look nice, or I could just bust this out if this is a separate piece of trim, which I haven't really looked at, tell you the truth. Oh yeah, no, actually it's all one piece of wood. See what I'm saying? Look at this molding. This is all one piece of wood. This intricate molding design here. It's thick. It's a thick board. This is all one piece molding. Same with up here, obviously. So we could probably doctor that up somehow. But I had to pull out the boards first to see what I was working with. And it's just a solid frame. However, getting back to the foam, I wanted to seal that off. There was a smell that was coming from in there. I cleaned it out with a shop vac quite a bit. I saw way back a little rat skeleton, and I'm talking about, it is clean. You can tell it's just skeleton, so it's been there for a long time. So I cleaned all that out really well, but I wanted to seal it off because as I was working over it, I could smell stuff coming from that area. So I think that might have been it. So you can see I got 3 cans of that great stuff, and I filled all that, and it's still expanding. But I just wanted to show you what the project was for the day. We're going to go ahead and get this door in. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this trim. Maybe, possibly. But yeah, I'm not a carpenter. This is only the 3rd door I've ever installed in my life. I'm not, it doesn't intrigue me. I'm not fascinated by it. I don't care to do it. I don't like woodwork in general. It's just not my thing. But I thought I'd show you what we're doing, or what I'm doing. And guess what Heidi's doing? She's working. She's at work. This is her 2nd day of work. She said she's got a pretty good crew there. They're short-handed. Big surprise. If you guys don't know, I mean, I've talked about it in the past. Corporate America, it's all about the, the mighty dollar. And basically, they just take their people and they just keep on cutting back the staffing. And the people who are there, they just keep on working them harder and harder. I remember the first time I realized this was back starting in about 2005, because I had a job that I got hired in back in 90. It'd have been 97, I guess it was, and I'd stayed there till 2001. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was when I left, but they were wanting me to move into a management position. And with that company, because it was a good company, you got paid a salary. Regardless of what you worked, you got paid a salary. Well, everybody wanted to be on salary because, if you miss a day of work, you still get the same pay at the end of the week. But if you have to go in and work some extra overtime or you're on call, you still get paid the same amount. Well, the nice thing about that is you're guaranteed to have a check every week that's exactly the same. And the nice thing with that company is if you did work, let's say they called you in and you had to work a full shift, you could put in for comp time, and you would either get that time paid, and it would be time and a half, especially if it was the weekend, or you could trade it in for a day off at another time, or some hours off. I mean, I think it was in half-day increments. Well, anyways, that's the way I always knew salaried positions to be. But in 2005, I was offered a salary position, and they were just basically going to work me to death and keep on throwing in my face how much I was making for the week. Well, I'm not so dumb, even back then, even though I was a lot younger, to not realize that if you added up the hours that you worked and took the amount they were paying you per week, it was coming out to like $6.50 an hour. Well, even back then, I was making like $12 an hour. There was no way I was going to do that. So that's when I learned how salary positions became something that they would, say, "Ooh, you're a manager now. You get to be a salaried position." Little do they know, or the people that are taking those positions, that just means they're going to work you to death, and you're still going to get the same pay. You're basically not going to get paid your time and a half, or on some situations double time, or even triple time if you're into a union situation, because your salary, and that's just your pay. Your pay is your pay, regardless of what you work. So with that said, Heidi's she likes her store. We'll get her feedback on it a little bit more, but again, she's in that salary position, so a lot of hours, and but she is enjoying it. And I'll have her tell you the next time she's in front of camera here, which should be the next clip maybe. I want her to tell you how much she learned about the job or forgot about the job in the last 3 years. All right, so Heidi's home, and my junkation is finished. I hate this kind of work. I hate it, but it works. It's done.
He saved us $450.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. I like the triggers to open the screen, or the yeah, the screen. But yeah, it closes okay. It's not perfect, but it's a little tight. These are good, and this is good. And we're one key. One key for
That is our
all.
goal.
Yeah, I did screw this up out here because I didn't know I was going to reuse this trim on the outside. And you can see here where I used the pry bar to pry out the piece of wood that I was trying to get out, that I ended up putting back. Go figure that out. So we'll have to wood putty this, and then whenever we paint it, it'll look a lot better. But it's sealed off really well. Heidi, can you hear me? Yeah, see, I don't think she can hear me in there. It's really soundproof. So I'm pretty happy with this, because yet one more project's finished or close. Of course, you've seen the trim that's going on inside, and we got to redo this here too. But the porch is really becoming something that we can utilize. Don't need the windows open any longer. I was airing it out today. We're going to talk to Heidi about her job and get her thoughts about it. These guys did a pretty good job with these windows. I'm pretty surprised by the whole thing. And again, what's going on in here is this stuff here goes up there, including the ceiling. You can see it back there in the kind of the top. But whoever finished off this room, this is the craziest thing. There is, I think I talked about this before. This goes to the outside light, right out here, right? This one goes to this light. Then this one goes to this light. And then this light is inside. There is an outlet over there. There's an outlet back here, which I have my my Wi-Fi extender on. So the garage gets good Wi-Fi. And then there's an outlet over here. You got to consider that this little room has all these lights and all these switches and all these outlets, and yet you go in the kitchen and there's only 2 outlets, actually 3 outlets for the whole kitchen. Isn't that kind of funny? It's kind of soundproof.
I didn't hardly hear you at all.
Yeah, I said your name.
Oh no,
Here,
I didn't
close
hear you
the close the door and listen how all the noise goes away. Can you hear me talking? But yeah, yeah, it's funny, right? Yeah, that sealed it off a lot.
That's good.
So, inquiry minds want to know.
What do they want to know?
How's your job?
Good. It's real good.
How's your crew?
The store that I'm at is good.
Heidi says it's one of the dirtiest stores because she hasn't been there. Her stores are tip top. Let's just say that her stores are all tip top. So it's a hub store. You might have to explain that a little bit. It's different than what she did before.
They service multiple stores with parts inside their store. Like last night, the retail parts pro, he loaded up 4 carts of parts from our store to go to other stores. And then in the morning, they bring a whole bunch of stuff. And but those other stores, that they get an overnight delivery like we get. But during the day, there are, honestly, I don't know how many routes. 3 maybe. There used to be 5 or 6. I would say there's probably 3 now. And it's actually the same crew that I dealt with probably 12 years ago. So I was pretty excited about that.
So how much did it take for you to get back up on the bicycle?
Hardly at all. I honestly, I was a little nervous going in there. I don't know why. I guess I was afraid I forgot stuff. Sorry, my feet really hurt. The hardest part for me is obviously looking up parts on our new computer system, which I had used, I don't know how many years prior to me leaving. I still didn't like it much. because I'm not a mechanic, so I don't know what's under drive line, and I mean, sometimes I do. I don't know sometimes what's under chassis. And now I know what these parts are, so a lot of times I use the search bar. If you don't spell it right, it ain't finding it.
What she's talking about is they put the parts into categories, how they work on the vehicle.
Yeah.
And she doesn't
I struggle.
necessarily realize, and even me, like, for example, what would be an air compressor for an air ride?
That should be under shocks and struts. Suspension.
Why, it could be under
Right.
electronics.
It could, and it might be.
Yeah.
That might be listed under multiple places.
Yeah. See, but you got to know all that, and
Yeah. So you have to, you know, sometimes we ask each other questions, and if we're not sure. And there was a guy tonight that called in, and one of the new hire managers, a female, she's talking to this guy on the phone about brake line, and I thought by now that seriously would be looking up brake line. I wasn't sure, so I said just type in brake line. Well, yeah, for old Chevys they still have whole kits for them, but they don't. We're still piecing brake lines together. And the guy's like, well, how many tools am I gonna need? And she's like, I don't know what's in your toolbox. And she's absolutely right.
So it's a real short drive. She can come. She come home from lunch today.
Yeah.
How many miles is it from here?
It's less than 2.5 miles. I
Yeah.
think it's maybe 2.3.
Yeah.
2.2.
2.2. I think it's 2.2 miles. So that's really nice. And the funny part is, that's not even the closest advance. The closest advance is
A half a mile.
half a mile away. But that store it's really slow.
It's a paint store.
Yeah, it's a CarQuest store.
It's a paint and hydraulic store, so that would definitely not be a fit for me. I'm gonna be working in Garrettsville next week, and
Good thing we got a car.
I
Guess
think
what?
that, yeah, I think that actually I have my schedule for the next couple of weeks. I'm off tomorrow. I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, and I think we're off. I don't know when you guys are watching this. I think you're off for 4th of July.
Yeah, I'm off tomorrow. I go to Garrettsville, Niles, Garrettsville. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday, Garrettsville. Friday, Niles. Saturday, Garrettsville. Then I'm off Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Then Niles, Wednesday. Garrettsville, Thursday. Friday, Niles. Garrettsville, Saturday.
How far is Garrettsville?
I think it's 19 miles, so it'd be
Yeah.
like driving to West Branch.
Yeah.
I'm thinking so. So
So
I hope I get my uniform soon, because I'm missing a pocket. So every time I don't always put my pen in my pocket down here, so then I lay it on the counter, somebody else picks it up, because 2 days in a row I come to work without a pen, because I've always had pens in my purse, always, lots of them. Guess what? I don't have lots of them anymore.
So we're Heidi's just 9 to 5, or I keep on saying 9 to 5, and she's just clocking in, clocking out.
I don't even clock in,
Yeah,
clock
she
out.
doesn't
I'm
clock in,
not,
clock out.
I'm
She's
not
a
even,
salary.
I can't clock in and out at that store. I won't be able to clock in and out at the next store because I'm a floating manager. I
So-
hope that the store that I get is close. I hope it's the closest.
Yeah.
I will renegotiate my work if it's not.
Oh yeah,
Depending on how far it is.
that's a
I'm
whole
not-
different story. If it's
Yeah,
a 19 mile, that's 40 miles a day.
I will not be able to do that.
You can't drive at night that far.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we'll
But anyway,
cross that
worry
bridge.
about that, yeah.
Cross that bridge when we come to it. So she's back at work. So our projects that we had going, it's going to be a little one-sided for the most part. But we'll get this stuff done. Again, you can see we're standing in the kitchen here, and it's the worst part because there's nothing there.
So every day I go to work, which has only been 2 days, I was like, man, it would be awesome to come home from work and have a new countertop.
Yeah, I don't know how to do countertops.
He does. He did it in an RV.
Yeah, one little countertop
One piece.
that had 2 corners, and it had a wall. I mean, there's a hole back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a handful.
So I'll tell you, that A to Z comes in.
Oh, nice.
The ones that do. I didn't ask him, I kind of waited on him, but I'm gonna give a couple days, and then I'm gonna ask him. Listen,
That's-
you know, do you do like a one thing? Because all we need is a countertop. I mean, I'm past all this. I don't want to give anybody money to because I'm upset about it. So the countertop, they cut the hole for the sink. They cut the hole for this. Honestly, if they can put some doors, if they can manufacture some doors, that's fine. If not, I'll find somebody to do that. Because it won't keep us from...
Well, we don't even need doors necessarily. If I put a piece of finish wood across there to make it look nice, you know, where that
open.
We could put shelves in there and it could be all painted and
Yeah.
open, just like this down here.
Yeah.
It obviously this all gets repainted, but our backsplash area is a handful. We don't know exactly what to do back there yet, and this countertop's something unique because this is some big plywood on top of a countertop that they put a whole bunch of floor tile on here, ceramic tile on.
Isn't this somewhere else?
Yeah, in the bath, I believe this is in the upstairs bathroom floor underneath the vinyl flooring that's in there now.
We have like multiple layers of flooring.
Yeah, they think it's a roof. You know, it's one thing to put 2 layers, 3 layers of shingles on a roof, but they're doing it with floors.
Yeah.
And again, I don't do this stuff, but it doesn't mean I don't know what should be right.
So if we can find somebody to put the countertop in, Michael can do the rest.
Yeah.
Or we can do the rest.
I mean, if push comes to shove, I can cut the hole.
This thing's got...
Yeah, I got to put the heat to it. I'm going to put the heat to it to get rid of that roll.
Actually, the thing is because it keeps sliding, because it slides this way, that...
Again, we talked about this before. We don't care for the fact there's carpet in here, but we have floor. We're not standing on cardboard or wood or whatever. Oh, and this turned out to be much bigger project than I expected. Not horrible, but it's still...
Maybe the same person that can make the cabinet doors can make that.
There's the opening for the laundry chute.
Oh, you made it nice.
I didn't want to...
Okay, everybody laugh.
Yeah.
It had some gaping.
Yeah, there
It
was...
was not good.
So I got to basically get... I have the tile. I saved the tile. So I have to put the tile back up. And I've got to make a door for it. So...
yeah, it's kind of small for... but it'll work.
Yeah, it works perfect for...
Kitchen stuff.
I threw a bath towel in there today.
Nice.
I threw my pants down there the other day because I dressed in the office. And it's like, well, this works fine. This works good. So that's what it was for. That's what we wanted it for. We just wanted it to make it to where we can not have washcloth. You know, it's like third world problems.
Yeah, right.
The other choice was, and we were doing it, we were setting our dirty...
I got some right here.
Yeah, they were all right here. She still got them there. And then I was throwing them down there on the landing.
Sometimes I would do this.
Yeah.
Throw them down the steps if they were really wet.
Which this all needs redone. Obviously, we need to... That's what the other door is that's in the back. It's this door here. So once I finish this door, then I have one more, this interior door. This door here will get replaced, and we're going to put a... You know there's a lock on here?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
and
that.
It's probably the same key.
Huh.
I'm not sure. I didn't try it.
Key? What key?
The key that they gave us.
No, they didn't rekey this.
You don't think?
No.
Okay. Well, anyway, so...
This is going to be Windows. This is going to be all Windows.
Maybe all the projects that Michael is going to be working on this summer into fall, hopefully he can hibernate this winter in the house.
Yeah, I don't want to be... I hate the winter. All right, let me put some tools away.
He did a really good job. We just got to get some trim. And I don't know what we need to shove in here for some insulation.
Insulation. They make those little pieces of insulation.
And then...
although I have that foam, it's fun to spray.
No.
This is supposed to be drywall. That's what these pieces are here.
Yeah.
This is for the drywall to line up or to stop, and for the trim to actually have a place to nail to. That's what that's for. But yeah, this is...
Yeah, we're going to do the best
we can
with
do
what we have.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
We looked at old pictures. I can't believe that this used to be a shelf that came. It was this cabinet, and then there was posts. There were posts right here that went to the roof.
Yeah,
Or I'm sorry, went to the cabinet that was above this.
Weird.
So, yeah, it was real weird looking. It was the same post as these right here. Those, because we looked at that and it's like, well, that's kind of strange. They don't fit. They just, you know.
Michael needs to move this down. We'll scrub this real good again so we can use it, because I can use this one and I can definitely use that one. Probably not that one so much. And then actually, after you move that, we can paint most of this.
Yeah.
But
you can see how dark. Just look how naturally how dark it is over there.
I think actually I
think.
I don't know that I want to paint it gray.
I don't know.
I mean,
it's up to you.
I don't know. It seems kind of dark. I mean,
Guys, put in your suggestion. What you think? What colors do you think this should be in here? Because obviously it all needs painted.
You got 3 choices: white, beige, or gray. Because it's going to be very light. I want light in here. Because these cabinets are probably going to be white.
You're going to paint the cabinets, all the doors and everything.
I don't know. We have like 2 years to do that.
Yeah, who knows? But what we're hoping to do is if we put the interior door here with all the windows.
Oh, yeah.
The
nice.
light that'll be coming through. I mean, you could see as soon as you open the door here, it's cloudy, it's raining. With this light on, obviously, it's on all. It's an auto light. It's an auto bulb.
We got a 9-panel.
We got a big 9-panel window, so there'll always be light here. But quite honestly, if we want to, with the 9-panel window, we might be able to put something very nice up here, low energy, that maybe hangs down a little bit further, that will shine, in here, and we'll just leave it on, and just illuminate this area, because this we're hoping and we believe this is going to be possibly a primary entrance,
Especially during the winter.
especially during the winter.
Well, that's what we're thinking.
Well, I don't know. It might be that room back
If we
there.
get that all cleaned out, I would.
It might be your she cave.
I would really like laminate or linoleum or laminate on the floor there, not carpet.
Yeah, we're not doing carpet. Well, if we did carpet, it would be one of those Berbers or whatever it is.
Well, we have lots of carpet.
Yeah, we do have carpet. We have enough that we could put.
Wouldn't cost us any money.
Yeah, it would not cost us anything to put this exact carpet out there. Well, I think honestly, there's another choice. We could pay somebody to do the flooring in here and take this carpet out of here and put it out there.
Yeah.
And not even use what's downstairs. It's brand new.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got so many projects. So many projects. So I think we're going to close this out. So if we don't see you guys by 4th of July, which is how many days?
That is next week.
Next week?
Today is. It's about a week.
I don't know if I'll be giving you updates. Maybe we will.
Let me see. Let me look real quick because I'm pretty sure it's a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
A week from today.
Okay, a week from today. I think this might be it. So tell everybody Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July, and as always, we hope to see you out there when we get an RV.
Yeah, we're still looking. I found one. Guess what? It's exactly like our old one.
That's so funny.
I'm shooting this with our camera or with my phone so you can get a better idea. I don't know what you guys are experiencing in your part of the country, but you see all of this stuff going on, and what I mean is look at the air quality. I mean, it's noon and the sun's out. It's not like it's raining or anything. Let's look down the street, how it looks real hazy. Yeah, it's like that everywhere. I just finished off this job last night. I haven't cleaned up, obviously. But the job is finished. And look, it's the same back here. Of course, Heidi, she's out running errands. But Look at how disgusting the air is. This is all from those fires. You could just see. I don't even know where the sun is. I mean, I can feel it. Oh yeah, there we go. It's peeking through. It's trying to peek through. Yeah, they said even healthy people, you need to stay inside, so I'm staying inside.